Hi, everyone. Hello, my beautiful souls. I am so happy to be here today. I have an important question for you that I would love for you to answer in the chat with me, just below. How many of you have ever looked back at a situation in your life that didn't turn out as you had realized it might have? Have you thought back on your life and realized that maybe you had self-sabotage at play? Let me know in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. We often don't recognize self-sabotage in the moment it's happening because it operates like an invisible hand just beneath the surface of our conscious decisions. We don't wake up one day saying, I'm going to self-sabotage my business or my relationships today, right? No. It's only after the fact, after a lot of self-reflection, that we can begin to see the hand of self-sabotage steering us down paths we'd rather avoid. I know. Now the question becomes, why do we engage in self-sabotage? Why would we even want to create pain in our lives through a failed relationship or business? Or why would we not take the steps to reach our goals? Can you guess one word that is at the root of all sabotage? Write it in the chat. The one word at the root of all sabotage. Fear. That's right. And where would you say fear is usually a result from? While it's true, we do have childhood conditioning and other life factors that we need to consider. The root of fear is in our emotional DNA. You've heard me talk about this all the time, how emotional DNA influences our actions and decisions without our conscious awareness. Inherited emotional DNA is a powerful force working in the background of our life. We may not realize it exists, but we see it in the effects in our repeated patterns, whether in business, relationships, health, our health habits, or any other life outcome. Inherited emotional DNA is especially at work in cases of repeated self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is sneaky, but it can have massive consequences on our life. Here is something important to remember when we finally begin to see the patterns of self-sabotage in our own lives. It's essentially to stop blaming ourselves and understand that it stems from unconscious fear. I know it sounds backwards, but its goal is to keep us safe. It's trying to protect us from pain. Ironically, usually causes us more pain. You see, the problem is the beliefs that drive these actions are outdated and no longer serving our highest good. By understanding this, we can release a lot of the guilt, shame, and blame associated with past mistakes or acts of self-sabotage. Let's take a minute to explore some common examples of how self-sabotage manifests in our lives. Relationship sabotaging. You finally enter a relationship, but then you find yourself sabotaging it because it feels unsafe, unfamiliar. Maybe you start arguments over trivial matters or withdraw emotionally. These actions can push your partner away, reinforcing a cycle of loneliness and rejection that feels all too familiar. Business sabotaging. You hesitate to take action because you lack confidence in your ability to make good decisions. It's easier to accept that business didn't succeed due to external factors, like an economy downturn, rather than a decision you made. We don't want that. For instance, not acting quickly to counter a slowdown in sales allows you to blame it on external circumstances rather than as a direct result of an action you took. Yeah. Sabotaging your purpose and identity. You know you're here to help others thrive, whether as a nutritionist, life coach, acupuncturist, teacher, or medical provider. But you never really fully embrace that identity or pursue it wholeheartedly. You then conclude, I guess it's not meant to be. When doors don't magically open for you, when the reality is you weren't confident enough in your abilities or your new identity in this purpose energy to go all out. Self-sabotaging wealth creation. It can look like spending every cent you make. That's a form of self-sabotage. You might justify it by thinking you deserve to treat yourself, or I'll start saving next month. This behavior prevents you from building wealth and achieving financial security. Health and wellness sabotaging can look like this. You start a new health regime, but soon you find yourself slipping back into old habits. This could be skipping workouts, indulging in unhealthy foods, or neglecting self-care. The underlying fear might be about stepping into a new healthier version of yourself, which feels unfamiliar and uncomfortable. Sometimes this is also related to the idea of being afraid to be seen in your business, in your life, with others. Do you know how many coaches I've worked with who are too afraid to step out and to get their business up and running because they want to wait until they are in a physical condition in their own health where they look better, but they never take the steps to meet their health goals, which stalls their progress on their business goals. Do you see how this all works together? It could be a coach, a healer. It doesn't matter. The idea is that we have this purpose around our health, but we hold ourselves back and we create these rules in our life that don't serve us. It's self-sabotaging. Self-sabotage most often comes from inherited emotional DNA. These are the emotional patterns passed down from our ancestors, impacting our behaviors and decisions without our conscious awareness. The DNA carries trauma, fears, limiting beliefs from our ancestors, influencing how we navigate life today. They're not standing around us influencing us. This is the energy of what they experienced passed down in our cellular memory. And so we behave in similar ways. Recognizing and understanding these patterns are crucial to breaking free from them. So you might say to me, Lisa, how do you break free from these patterns of self-sabotage? And I will say, thank you for asking, because that is exactly what I live to help people do. In order to break free from self-sabotage, you must address these unconditional fears and inherited emotional DNA patterns. The first step is awareness. Becoming aware of your own self-sabotaging behavior isn't a comfortable realization, especially when it has involved or hurt other people. But this is where we start. Look for reoccurring patterns in your life, whether in relationships, business, or personal goals, where things have not worked out as you had hoped. Understand that self-sabotage is usually an unconscious response rooted in fear. Release the guilt, the shame, the blame associated with it, and forgive yourself. If you want help working through all the things that surround acts of self-sabotage, then on September 9th, I'm hosting my ever-popular Epigenetics Masterclass. And in this masterclass, a lot of healing occurs. In this masterclass, I will teach you how to reveal, remove, and replace your inherited emotional DNA that are leading to patterns of self-sabotage in your life. If you are struggling with spinning your wheels, taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, and feeling like what you truly desire in your life remains just out of reach, I can show you how to remove the blocks that are causing these unwanted results in your life, which will open the doors to receiving your heart's desire. This class is an incredible opportunity to delve deep into the patterns that are holding you back from transforming your life. This class usually sells out, and I have a few spots left. Simply type info, I-N-F-O, below, and I'll send you the details. It would bring me so much joy. This is my passion. This is my purpose. I want to help the world be able to help themselves, because when that happens, more light is available, more confidence is available, and we're able to feel like our life matters. So it brings me joy to help you release self-sabotage from your life. If you have any questions, just pop them below, and I will answer them. I am sending you lots of love now and moving forward. I'll see you on the other side.